And
all right, guys. We're here with last month's winner. Weinner, whatever you want to call
weinner.
it. Got to kind of go over some stuff that happened at this tournament. So let's talk to the winner. How did we do it?
Well, we got to thank the producer.
The producer, John Ledoux.
He's over there producing.
Hey, John won a tournament last week.
Yeah.
No one really cares because it's not a Larko tournament.
But he did. He put the smack down on everybody last week on the Cane River. I'll give him a what's up. I'll give him a what's up.
They didn't have any kind of weather conditions like we always have.
Yeah,
so,
it's
shit like he does.
Yeah, it was. But he did. He doubled up. He doubled up most everybody.
Pretty good.
He did pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, he had about 15, 16 pounds by himself.
By himself.
But I mean, Chris was there. Chris would have been there. He would have had like negative 10 because he'd have probably broke everything off.
Yeah, I get it.
But Chris was there to net all the fish. He did a good job. That's what he said anyway.
The net man is the most important man in the boat. John knows that when he's fishing with me because he's the net man. But he's the most important man in the boat.
Yep.
Stumble one tournament.
Get out there.
This is a Wednesday meeting and we get in front of a live studio audience.
That's right. It's believe me, we're not drinking anything.
I don't do that.
Has nothing to do with anything. All right, so let's get back to the tournament. Toledo Bend, weather-wise, what was our weather like that? It was terrible.
It was daylight and windy.
I don't know. It's just like
I don't think it rained, but the wind blew. Mount Jesus.
The wind was blowing. The wind was blowing bad, and I remember John calling me and saying that, hey, take some sinus medicine because the pollen's bad. Nice. And I was like, yeah, okay, and yeah, it was bad. But anyway, the next day the wind was bad. Once again, the pollen wasn't as bad, but the fishing was not as great. But Jimmy had a good day, so tell us about that.
Well, so we started off that morning. Got him some Kentuckies and caught a few fish.
But
it was we ended up moving to a little spot that had caught some fish before, and they were moving up. I had a limit pretty quick, and then later the bite got better later in the day. We had to be in the wind to catch better fish.
I believe that because the last 30 minutes of our day we went and caught some fish in the wind. So yeah, that makes sense.
And the last 30 minutes I caught the two biggest fish in the creel. Before 10 o'clock I had one fish that was in our team string. Mike, my partner, he caught a couple good fish. I think we had 17, almost 18 pounds. But it was pretty good day.
Pretty good day. So John, how was your 2 pounds? How did you catch those? Okay, that's what I thought.
It was
y'all can't see behind the camera, but John is doing them back there. You know, bringing up the hind tit, bringing up the hind tit on the last tournament. But yeah, so what you caught them?
That morning caught everything on a whacking worm and a
I'm not going to believe this next statement.
A frog. No, I'm lying. I didn't catch anything on a frog. That was Ledoux. He caught 2 pounds on a frog.
I don't even think he did that.
We caught everything.
I don't think he did that.
We caught everything flipping and frogs and Carolina reefs. I did not catch a fish on a moving bait. We threw chatterbaits and Mike threw a chatterbait for a good while. I threw one for a little bit and never got a bite. I'm gonna go with some more.
Oh, you mean like 4 times?
No, Mike's hard-headed. He's more hard-headed than I am. He threw it for a little while.
Yeah, moving bait wasn't a thing.
It just wasn't.
We started with a moving bait. We started the morning with a moving bait, and it ended quick with a moving bait because the moving bait ended up in a tree, about 20 foot up in the tree from my partner. And the moving bait was done, and that was blowing, and we went to throwing other baits. But Yeah, I could see a moving bait wasn't working, especially when it's 20 foot up in a tree.
Yeah. And later in the day, we actually started going out a little deeper, and that's where our bigger bites came from. Was out a little off the bank. We was catching probably the buck bass on the bank. Saw a lot of beds, not a lot of fish on the beds.
Nope, same thing. Leslie, did y'all fish that tournament?
Yes.
Yeah. How did y'all do?
So,
Were y'all back there on the hind tip with us? Yeah. Okay. Figured that. Almost everybody was on the hind tip. There was only a couple of people up on the front tip.
We were at the back of the
Yeah, we were all fighting for the hind tip.
The third place team went and launched. They left the end to go launch in. Yeah. And the top two stringers came out the same area. We saw each other several times that day. Us in the reshores, they had a pretty good stringer too. We saw
they had 16 pounds. Yeah, they did well.
Yeah, they was mad at me because they thought I was sandbagging when they talked to us that morning, but I really wasn't sandbagging. They fish I fished them later in the day.
You know, if they come to a meeting, they could be in this.
Oh yeah, hey,
just saying.
Sean, Gary,
if y'all were here, I'm just
y'all, I think y'all live pretty close.
I think less than a mile down the road, mile and a half.
Hey, you need to do something about that, complaining about that dirty water.
Yeah, this is sad. This is water.
Yeah. Kinder water. Should drink highway water.
Mm-hmm. Then I'd be retired.
Oh wait, but that's more than eggs.
Yeah. So anyway, just a shout out to the second place team that's not here tonight, and gonna be at the next tournament, by the way, and had no influence on the next tournament because they're not here. But we're looking at the next tournament. It's going to be a wave bouncer, no doubt.
It may or may not rain.
Yes, it went down today.
Yeah, it went down from
100 to 93. 93% chance of rain. So we're looking forward to maybe that 3% of not getting wet.
There is a 100% chance of wind.
It's going to be windy. It's Sam Rayburn, so it's going to be windy. I'm looking at 30 mile an hour winds. They're saying 15, but I'm saying 30.
About normal.
I'm saying 30. I'm looking at spearing a few. I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm not going for it. I'll probably leave the launch and start fishing right there and spear 2 or 3 right there. But
but just like it is, put the trolling motor down.
I mean, it is what it is.
The dude said that he was going to follow me to my first spot, so I am going to sandbag the first spot.
You're going to get speared tonight.
He's going to follow you.
That's what he said. He's going to follow me. And
if you're going anywhere, I feel sorry for Casey because Casey won't have nuts left if they go out in the main lake in the in the Basket. The smoothest riding boat on earth.
Yeah. Mike, hold on.
Great hole. Just saying. Basket has a great hole. But if you want your nuts to be attached, it's not all that great. Just saying. Just putting it out there. The fucking
skier's pretty smooth.
I'll probably have to go pick them up in my nitro, but I'm just saying. Then nitro will probably have to go get it.
I don't know. It's somebody with a Yamaha.
Yeah. I'll come get you. Suzuki. Well, I know Suzuki's out there. He's not going to be here this weekend. So that's a possibility. But anyway, this weekend we fishing Sam Rayburn. Bad weather expected. Of course. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I mean, every one of our tournaments is like that. I predict, by the way, if anyone has any outdoor plans for April, 26th? Yeah, cancel them because it's going to be suck-ass weather because we'll be at Toledo that weekend.
It's probably going to be
It just is what it is.
It's going to snow that morning and be 102.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible. So just go ahead and cancel it. It's a lockjaw tournament that weekend.
And we're launching right in the lake.
Absolutely. We voted to launch right in the middle of the lake, right at the bridge. So the wind will probably be out of the east. straight out of the east. In fact, I'm predicting that's what's
That's
going
what's gonna happen.
That's what's going to happen. An east wind of about 20, so the launch will be awesome.
Yeah.
But
I'm putting in there. Whoever's fishing, we better shut up and hold on.
hold on, that's all I'm saying. We're going to spear one getting off the trailer.
Yeah.
But that's what it's going to be, guys. I mean, that's April. But we look forward to it. We're going to be out there this weekend. Hopefully everybody stays safe. Everybody takes precautions because there will be some bad weather. But,
And we'll be positive. It was getting gradually better throughout
it
the day. I mean,
was not
from 100 to 93.
at 93%. I mean, it could go down to 92.
I mean, earlier in the week, the
91.
wind was 10 to 20. Now it's 10 to 15.
10 to 15. 50 mile an hour gusts here and there. But, I mean, hey, who's counting?
Ledoux, he liked them hard blows.
Yeah. Just hey.
Especially from you.
You kidding?
The wind will be blowing.
Feel bad for Casey.
The wind will be blowing, and so will it do. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, till next time, see y'all later.